No cap, 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 cap. Like this.
Man, we gotta. Nah, it's been. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's been rough out here lately, man. Life been life, and you know what I'm saying. So that's why we ain't been recording, man. I've been trying to get it, man. You know, it ain't easy being doing the things that we do, man. You know, we don't
Yeah.
got the life of a regular 9 to 5er. So
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
Owning the business and running your business is a
listen,
daily grind.
you won't understand it unless you in it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and that's a part. One day somebody told me you not gonna you gotta switch your mind frames. You gotta go from thinking as an employee to an employer. You gotta go from thinking as the worker to the boss. And those is two different levels of thinking, even if it seems so minute, it's really a big difference. And the daily thing, there's like no days off. There's no
Yeah.
days off. The grind is real. So when
Yeah.
I be thinking, I think about you sometimes. I be like, this nigga P right here done did his thing. Hey, from you training at them parks
Yeah.
and going across the street to that little football field you used to go to,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You got your own training facility, you got
Yeah.
clothes and posters, and hey man,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm proud that you
One
done
thing,
wrote
one
books and everything.
yeah, I did. And you know what? I always talk about my book. I'm gonna bring it on next time and show it so people can actually see it. But one of the things that speaking of business that I'm finding out that is very important. There's a couple things. But one thing is a team. As an individual who has this hustle and an entrepreneurial spirit to be an entrepreneur and have your own business, be your own boss, it's great to be a solo soldier to a certain extent because you need that to even get started. However, those who are able to develop a team will continue to grow and thrive in ways that will be far more productive than just being a solo soldier alone. There are benefits to being a solo soldier because you wear so many hats in building that you become very well versed in these areas. So when when these areas become filled by team members, you have some type of knowledge behind it. It may not be your suit, but it can help you pick the right person, or it can help you say, "Hey, nah, that's not how it should go," because you know enough about it. You'll be able to know what's good in that arena and what's not, because you wore the hat to build it. However, one of the most difficult things to do in business, even more difficult than starting a business itself, what's more difficult than that is building a team. That is more difficult because I'll finish and then I'll reconnect. But um, most people, uh, when it comes to building a team, most people struggle with building a team, and it's very difficult to actually build a team because when you get to a certain point, right, you could always feel like, all right, I'm right here, but I don't have enough to bring these somebody on, like to pay them a wage or to bring them in. I'm gonna keep working until I get to that point. Like when I get to this point, then I'm gonna bring the team. Like I'm gonna do all the work to bring the team on. Um, and so people are not comfortable necessarily inviting the team because they feel like they in between. Like I'm doing good, but I'm not all the way over here where I need to be at to be like operating like a corporation. But in any goal, any worthwhile goal, and if the goal is to build a team, you have to resemble the goal always, no matter what the goal is. So if you want to build a team, you have to have a team start doing that where you are, because that's how you're going to get to where you want to go. That's in every goal. There's no goal that is void from that. Every goal requires you to start operating immediately where you are currently to get to the goal where you want to go. So, an example of that, me right now, myself, I'm working on building a team, is why I'm talking about that. And I got some people in like that I'm building a team with. Like I got a massage therapist right now. You know what I mean? And a stretch therapist. And you know, they're now part of my team, right? But before I was always thinking like, man, I gotta wait till I get up here. So you know what I mean? But finding the right team members, the point I'm getting to, doesn't necessarily mean you got to do the work and then bring the team members on. It means finding the people that is able to do the work with you and willing to do the work with you to build with you. That is difficult to do. But if you can find one individual that's willing to grind in the area where they're strong, that is far more better than a person on their own trying to continuously working on building and then putting somebody in that position. It's better to find somebody and say, I got this position. This is the position. And the way you will get paid in this position is the same way I get paid, by the work that you put in. What you go out there and fish and hunt for and bring in, that's how you go get your money. And individuals that are capable of doing that, that is a way you can start to build a team, even if it's just one person at a time. So sometimes, you know, life be life, and because business be business, and where we are and where we want to get to, that's what it is. And these bills be bills, and they're not going nowhere. Man. You know what I mean? Bills be bills, and none of it is going nowhere. And everything costs and take money. You know, man. Food be food, gas be gas, power be power.
What they say, it take money to make money.
It take money to make money.
You don't understand that statement until you live in it.
Yeah. So that's one of the aspects of game that I myself am currently putting into practice. Not necessarily focusing on only building something so big that I can walk people into a position of being part of a team, but finding and calling on those individuals to say, hey, you see what I got going on? I have an opportunity for you to be part of this team if you're willing to do the work.
You know what's the hard part, though? I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, because it's always no one man can do it by himself. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's only so much we can do. As like you wear so many, like you said, we're wearing so many hats. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to wear the hats and
do the work,
do all the work.
Yeah,
because that's ultimately what we need to go get the money. But I got to do X, Y, Z. But it's hard to do X, Y, Z when I'm trying to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
And you may not like B through G. You may not like B through G. You might only like doing A.
Right. And the problem is, so here's the thing with finding your team, and I'm glad, man, listen, this is the most information we finna give somebody. It is so hard to build a team because not everybody is meant to be on your team, and you got to start deciphering. It's like one thing I know, like in my field, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times when we go on job interviews, they always ask you for a background check and a drug test. In my field with this truck driving, I need all that. I need that. And I know people like, man, nah, you supposed to be one of us. Look out for me. Look here, my insurance ain't gonna look out for you.
Yeah, straight up.
That insurance gonna run me.
Insurance ain't gonna look out for you.
That's what I said. My insurance ain't gonna look out for you. They gonna charge me
you.
Extra.
Your insurance ain't gonna look out for you. You when you saying that, you should be saying your insurance ain't gonna look out for me, like you yourself.
Right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Either way you look at it, they want their money.
Yeah.
I tried to put. I went and I tried to get another driver. You know, I was scaling up, and here's another thing. At one point, I was scaling up. Right. All right. So I know that I can put other drivers under me. So I'm scaling up. I'm building my team. I got some drivers. Let me see how these drivers. Now these are drivers that I didn't seen and I didn't worked with, and I didn't seen each individual up here where I'm getting my loads from. I'm watching you guys up here every day, just like I'm up here. So I think we're like-minded. But here's the thing: just because I see you where I'm at, don't mean we're at where we're at together. We're not in the same spot. Just because I think you are, because my hustle may be different from yours. So I have to call myself upscaling. So one guy said, hey, Case, I want to drive for you. I said, come on, I'll let you drive. I said, give me your license and let me go ahead and run you through my insurance and see what they say. His insurance came back $4,000 and something dollars. I said, hey, bro, they want $4,000 because guess what? I'll bring you on, but you got to pay this. You're gonna have to pay this. You know what I'm saying? And when I told him $4,000, he said, man, that's a whole bunch of bills. I said, right. So he didn't want to do it. So when I let the drivers that I knew was already kind of going similar, I got different outlets. Let me bring y'all along. What happened is they start showing up late to pick up loads. They start oversleeping, not going, not doing the right thing. So guess who that affects? It don't affect them because it's not under them. It's on me. So now my credibility starts to come in question. Oh, you're late. You're not doing. No. I was here on time, but now you. That's why it's hard to build your team, and you have to cipher through so many people. Because even if you get a representative like I want to deal with somebody who I know networks all the time, but I listen to this person speak, and there's always a condescending undertone or attitude, and it's like, yo, you can't do business like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to build a team because you really have to do your due diligence because you need somebody who's like-minded but thinks differently at the same time. Because I need you to have the same hustle I have, or not exactly the same, but you got to bring a strength in a sense. You have to bring a strength to this table, to the you don't
where
have to
there's a
think like
weakness.
me.
Where there's a weakness.
Be the strength. Damn, Pete. That's why we rock like this, boy. Because that was some good. That was information right there. Be the strength where there's a weakness.